Oh, what? What is it? Oh, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Almost didn't even see you there. Well, I'm glad you came. Everybody's probably been wondering where I've been. Can't you tell by the spectaculars? Been on vacation. That's where I've been. Need a break from all these whining crybabies I got to deal with every Thursday night down here at the Shadyside. Alright? It's okay, though. It's alright. I go down there and everybody wants my autograph. Makes me feel special. But anyway, so I had a bunch of letters write in this week. A bunch of people asked me, Rob, who's in the little red Supra? Rob, how much horsepower does that little red Supra make? Rob, how fast is that little red Supra? You know, we do have more cars on the list than this little red Supra, okay? But, I'll tell you what, I went down there Sunday, and I ain't never clocked him, alright? Not with my own stuff. I've seen what the slips say, but that clock down there is nowhere even close to right, okay? So, but anyway, I went down there, and I clocked him. I took the same state-of-the-art equipment with me I used last year on Joe Dirt's Mustang, okay? If y'all remember correctly, Joe went a 258 at 312 miles an hour, alright? That little thing was flying, alright? But he blowed her up. I mean, what can you say? But he says he's coming out next year twice as fast, so watch out for him. Anyway, so I took my tape measure. This one right here used to be say Stanley, but it don't say that no more. I took my suction cups on a string, whatever they are, but they work good for what I need them for. And this old dusty steering wheel, the most important part, alright? You got to figure out what kind of slope is on the ground down there to see if they're running uphill or downhill, alright? But anyway, so I went down there and I clocked the old Supra. First 3 or 4 passes, I didn't think he was going to turn out so hot, alright? But that last pass, he got up there and he got to spooling that thing up, and got to working it up, and rounding it up, and cranking it up. It takes a little while. It's a little 3.0 liter, alright? He ain't got a whole lot of butt behind it to push it, so he got to cram all the boost in there with the supercharger or the turbocharger or whatever's up there. So anyway, he gets to winding that thing up. Next thing you know, wham! That little cracker was gone, let me tell you. I mean, he come out of there like a bat out of Hades, just wide open all the way down the track. It was perfect. So I went around there and I got my state-of-the-art equipment and I done all the measuring and got everything rounded up. And I'm going to tell you what, judging by my state-of-the-art equipment, that joker went a 3.12 at 258 miles an hour. That's exactly right. He ain't quite as fast as Joe Dirt, but he's freaking flying. I'm going to tell you something. And they say that somebody else got the track record down there. Joe Dirt and Danny Warsing, that's who's driving the Supra, by the way, Danny Warsing. I don't know what he's washing. Apparently, he's got a bunch of dirty clothes or something. I don't know. But anyway, Joe Dirt and Danny have certainly got the track record down there. I don't know who they're fooling or who they trying to play pranks on with them little slips or whatever, but Danny went a 312, Joe Dirt went a 258, alright? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, alright? Wherever that. But anyway, coming up this next Thursday, we got Jamie Hanna in a little orange Punisher car calling out Kevin Dalton in a Superman car. Kevin's got 565 cubic inches of whoop butt crammed up in that thing on the Nitrous, alright? So, Jamie, you better turn your car up and get ready for him, buddy. That's all I'm saying, alright? Adrian Whitson in a little blue Camaro is going to call out Josh Addison in a little red S10, alright? I think that's going to be a good race, alright? They got a real similar platform, not really, because one's a truck, one's a Camaro, but anyway, they're real similar on their speed, so I think that's going to make a really good race. We got Bradley calling out Wylie, old Peanut Head calling out the Coyote, alright? I'm going to tell you what happened 2 weeks ago. I went down there and I thought Bradley's going to get the best of old Wylie Coyote. Come to find out, Peanut Head didn't bring enough butt with him. Wylie and that little blue Nova with the flames on it just flat out run off and left him sitting. I'm going to tell you something. And I told you, Bradley. I told the whole list. I told the whole world. You know that car's fast. It's got flames on it. All right? You can't go in there with your B game and expect to come out with a win. You got to go in there with your A plus 102 because you done some extra credit writing something you didn't even want to write. You got to come in there with that kind of game, all right? So you better have it tomorrow night, all right? We got Jansen kind of hanging out in the 7 spot, and Adam's been up and down and left and right and wishy-washy and whatever else about whether he's going to run or ain't going to run, or whether he's going to get his stuff together or ain't going to get his stuff together, where his car's going to be fixed, where it's going to be tore up or whatever. If he shows up tomorrow at 7 o'clock, though, Jansen and Adam's going to be running. Adam Greene, a little white Mustang notchback, and Jansen's got the little copper-colored one that's super fine. That thing is sexy, let me tell you. But anyway... so if Adam makes it, Jansen will be there. If not, Jansen's going to set out the first round, all right? And then we got Chris Lane. Now, you're probably thinking, Lane. I know that Lane name. Who is Lane? You're thinking about Justin. Justin Lane's on a 704, all right? But Justin has been good enough to let his brother Chris drive his car. So tomorrow night, when you see him down there, if he's racing for a list, it's Chris in Justin's car. Chris Lane is in Justin's car, all right? Justin runs Justin's car on the 704, but Chris runs Justin's car on the 828, all right? Me and David Knight's already talked about that, all right? And they're going to have to get separate cars next year. But for the remainder of this season, we're going to let it happen, all right? And in case y'all don't know, that little blue Nova, it's got a Band-Aid on the side of it. You ever seen it? Little 5.3 liter, got a big turbo hanging out the front, like they didn't know where to put it, so they just hung it off the bumper. You know, everything's whatever, wherever. But anyway, it's a little blue 75, the worst body style Nova ever made, and it's got a Band-Aid on the side of it where they wrecked it last year and they didn't want to fix the door. Really, it's a Band-Aid about this big. But anyway... that little thing is hotter than your mama's microwave. I'm telling you, that little car flat out freaking get it, all right? They say Chris ain't used to it yet. He's trying to work his way into it, so we'll see what happens. But at the end of the night tomorrow night, I'm going to see if I can't get Justin back in Justin's car to race as Superman. You feel me? You see what I'm saying? Because the last time them boys was together, Justin blowed his car up and we didn't get to see what happened, all right? I want to see what happened. Maybe I can get a little money involved, all right? Curtis May's supposed to have his stuff together tomorrow night. When he gets down there, I'm going to let him and Chris do a little racing to see who gets a shot at getting on the list, all right? So everything's said and done. Everybody be there tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Make sure you get all your stuff together, 6 o'clock. Be there. The gates will be open. I got to do a couple cruises with some guys, with Chris and Curtis. Make sure all their stuff's legitimate. And then after everything's said and done, 7:15, we're going to start racing, all right? First round, second round, third round, and then we'll have some grudge races after that. And tomorrow night, I'm giving away $500, $100 a pop to the first 5 people. I feel like that's fair. Everybody's worked really hard this year, even though it's been a short season. And we'll try to get everything together, all right? But anyway, come out tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, Shadyside Dragway. I want to say big thanks to Seth and Ronnie Buff for letting us race down there and putting up with all our crap and all our whining and moaning and pissing and whatever else. And I want to say a big shout out to Forrest Loftus. Thank you for cutting my boys a deal, all right? I want to give a shout out to Jason Goforth at Redline Automotive and Performance. Thank you very much for helping them out. I want to give a big shout out to Kevin Dalton, helping these boys out with tuning their cars. If you're ever down there and you have an issue and Kevin's walking by, all you got to do is say, "Hey, Kevin," and he'll be right there to help you. I'm telling you. He'll change your starter. He'll change your motor. He'll put a set of piston rings in the track if you need him to. He'll be right there for you, all right? And I want to give a big thanks to Chris Peavy at Complete Turbo. If you guys ever need any turbo parts, he'll be there, all right? And this is Rob D. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow night. I'll be out there signing autographs. And good night, and we'll see you.